This preserve, the beaver swamp, has not been protected for very long. For about 4 years, from what I remember. And most of it was probably farmland the last 50 to 100 years. But it doesn't take very long for a beaver to transform this habitat into a swamp. They're drawn to running water and will work rapidly to fix a broken dam. But the dam here has been broken for a couple weeks and got completely destroyed in the last storm. I've not seen the beaver here for quite a while, so I can't help but worry something happened to them. There are at least two. One was really small and one was fairly large, but I believe if they were here, they would have fixed this dam already. They would have probably fixed it before the storm completely destroyed it. And this preserve is surrounded by private property. But the swamp also borders a road, which the beavers could cross to get to the stream side of the lake. And it is possible there could have been an accident. Not everyone loves the beaver as much as I do, or can appreciate the benefits of their creating a habitat like this. But I do know from first-hand experience, growing up with a swamp in my backyard, the negative effects they can have when the water floods into your backyard and encroaches on people's houses. But you can't deny the benefits in a protected area like this that gives a winter home to migrating birds and has created a habitat that is a safe haven for threatened species like the red-headed woodpecker. This viewing platform overlooks the highest level of the swamp. I ran into another photographer in the fall who told me that Hooded Mergansers winter here. And I'm not quite sure, but I think there might be some down there. I should be able to get a little closer, just to be sure, but I think I know of an even better spot where I can go off trail and camp out and wait. I found what seems like a really old road on the other side of the swamp, and a deer trail that leads to a clearing that gives you a pretty good view of the first level of the swamp. These small divers are dwarfed by the Canada geese in the area, and are even quite a bit smaller than the mallards. I've never seen them diving here, so I can't help but wonder if this is just their area to rest, and whether or not they hunt somewhere else. You can clearly see why they're called Hooded Mergansers, because of the crest both males and females have, which they can contract and expand. The males are black and white, and the females are grayish brown. And even though I had never seen one before, I was sure that that's what they were, because of that beautiful crest being so unique. I kept hearing this cute 3-note whistle that I attribute to them at first. It was quiet and high-pitched compared to the geese and mallards in the area, but I found out later that all they do is an occasional grunt. But it actually was an American widgeon hiding amongst the other birds. I easily overlooked it among the other larger waterfowl. Then, at the other side of the swamp, a group of even smaller birds, the Green-Winged Teal, landed right in front of me. Both the Green-Winged Teal and the American Wigeons are dabblers rather than divers. They dunk the top half of their body into the water, with only their back end exposed. Apparently, the way they take off is different too. The divers have to run across the water a little bit before they fly, while the dabblers can jump right out of the water straight into flight. Like the cormorants featured in the last video, mergansers eat mostly fish, though hooded mergansers tend to have a broader diet than other mergansers, where they eat invertebrates, amphibians, and sometimes vegetation, while the dabblers use their beaks to filter organisms and vegetation out of the water and mud. While the American widgeon is a migrant to this area, apparently the hooded merganser can live here all year round. But some of them do migrate here from more northern reaches, and considering I've never seen hooded mergansers here on the beaver swamp, I'll have to assume that these ones are migrants. Hopefully, there'll be more visitors to this preserve, and I'll definitely have to keep my eye out for the beaver. And I also read about a wildlife refuge not too far from my backyard that hopefully I'll get to check out soon. Until next time, what's in your backyard?